And how people really shift their mindset is by really being consistent and being more aware and conscious of what they're doing and asking the right question to themselves and being more gentle and compassionate with themselves. Because it's not going to be easy. Trust me, I know. But it's time for us to actually, want better for ourselves by thinking more positively. Welcome to the Essence of True Self podcast, where we affirm I am the son of my creation. Here I focus on mindfulness, limiting belief, self-care, spirituality, and overall becoming your true self. I'm your host, Oriana, a book, tea, and self-development lover. I give you tips and tricks of what I learned on my self-development journey so you can apply to yours. If you're interested, keep listening. Hey, welcome back to the Essence of True Self podcast, and I'm your host, Oriana, and I hope your week, your day, your evening is going pretty well. And if not, of course, I'm sending you love and light in this time. And if you don't know already, I do reading, mediumship, coaching, all that good stuff below. And I do have an email list, and once you sign up, you get a free e-guide, shadow book e-guide, and then you have free access to that. And then I also just launched a digital journal, and you can purchase that below as well. All the information will be below. And then, for further ado, we're just gonna get into the breathing and saying I for that. Uh. Now we're gonna get into the breathing and saying our affirmations. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now we're going to get into the affirmations. I am the son of my creation. I am the son of my creation. I am the son of my creation. Up that ground you, bring you back into the present moment, and being open and receptive to the message I have for you today. And as you can tell by the title of this video, shift your mindset and you will shift your reality. I know in the last couple of episodes I've been talking about like shift your perspective, shift your mindset, but I never talked about how did it affect me of changing my perspective on life and bringing a lot of peace and serenity into my life. So, as a girl, I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl over here just trying to live her best life. I am living my best life and trying out of my vocabulary words, but shifting my mindset have helped me a lot ever since I moved into my own space. It helps me be more narrow and more in tune with who I am. And I came to a realization that I wasn't thinking positively. Let's just say I wasn't thinking so how I live my situation. I was always thinking about the next thing. I was not being present enough of like what is happening in my reality right now. And I've been talking about I feel like I've been going through a transition for the last 3 months because I knew I was going to, move and try something new and see a whole new environment that is not who where I'm used to being at. And shifting my mindset have helped me so much. I just started looking up videos. One day I was like, I need to just shift my mindset and just look up something that will fulfill me and feed my mind with positive thinking. And how can I shift my mindset to something better? And I just look up YouTube videos about how I can shift my mindset. How can I shift the paradigm? And some finding different ways to actually elevate my mind and elevate the way I think and feel about myself and the world around me. And in order for me to do that is to get to the root cause of why do I feel this why do I feel this way? Why do I constantly feed these thoughts? How can I shift these mindsets? How can I not hold on to what if this happened? What if that happened? Oh, this, and just thinking about all the negative outcomes and not thinking about all the possibilities that's right in front of me. And releasing that belief of like, a lot of things can go wrong, especially being around a person being living with other people and they kind of just not very highly of themselves, so it's kind of easy to be consumed as opposed to me being a empath and easily pick up on people emotions and things, and it seeps in. I didn't know how to separate my own emotions from other emotions, so it was just very hard for me to not get caught up in the rat race of constantly trying to shift my mindset in an environment that does not fulfill me. And it's possible to shift your mindset in an environment that doesn't necessarily meet your dream reality. It's definitely possible, but it's just a lot harder. You know what I'm saying? You don't have the necessary support and love at that time to help you elevate and feel more sure into yourself. And now that I have so many alone time, so much long time that I can just shift my mindset and shift my perspective to something better. So the first thing to help shift your mindset is becoming aware and conscious of your thought patterns. A lot of times we not aware. We are consumed by all the things that are projected on us through social media, through our childhood, through the way life is telling us to be, how society tells us what we should be. And that was like the foundation of our thought pattern, and not really having any other way to think. We don't see anything different in our life. Of course, why we would want to change our thought pattern, why would we want to think differently, but we know deep down inside that it does not fulfill us. Becoming aware and conscious of what are we thinking and what are your day-to-day thoughts. We have so many thoughts throughout the day, but are you aware of what's coming up? It's just so normalized for you to talk down on yourself, and then you be like, well, my life is pretty trash because you're not speaking highly of yourself. You're not speaking greatness of yourself. So where are these negative thoughts coming from? That's the next one. So being aware and conscious of the thought, and then asking the question, where are they coming from? Where did this stem from? Where was the start of this thought? Go as far as back as you can. It can be hard, to reflect on things that does not, you know, you don't want our reality to be, but the only way to deprogram our mind is to reprogram our mind with something better. But we have to get to the root of what is causing this disturbance in our mindset. What are these people around us? Does they constantly feed these negative beliefs? Oh, this is going wrong, or they complaining, or this and that. Who are you hanging around with? What are you thinking? Are you accepting this as your truth? And asking yourself, why is this okay for me to continue to think like this? Because, of course, society, the way we was raised, social media set the foundation of what our life could be. It depends on what you consume. And we have control of what we consume. If you want any more information about like how consumption is not really good for us, I have a video on that. I might tag it in the little I thingy majiggy in this video. But being more aware, asking yourself the deep questions, the only way you really going to shift your mindset is getting to the deep root of that problem. Okay, let me get an example. You was called ugly all your life. You was called ugly all your life, but where did this come from? Let's say it came from your mother. She called you ugly, belittled you because you did something wrong. Now this is stemming from multiple standpoints. Oh, because you think you ugly because you're doing something wrong, or you just think you're ugly because that's what your mom told you. And now you thought you're just going out into the world and thinking you're ugly. So you just keep telling yourself that over and over and telling you're not good enough because you feel like you're ugly. You don't feel well about receiving great things. So it's just layers upon layers upon layers. Oh, my mom called me ugly, and then now this friend calling me selfish and this and that. Oh, because I'm an ugly person and this that. You constantly feeding that belief. Now, how can you shift that belief? I am beautiful. I am worthy of the best. I can deserve all the great things in my life. What other people do is none of my concern. What other people do is none of my concern. What other people think and feel about me is just a projection of what they think about me. It's like shifting that paradigm, shifting that mindset, that belief into something greater. And repetition is key to re-ingrain yourself with the belief that you want to believe. You don't have to believe what other people tell you you need to believe. What society, social media tell you what you need to believe. Our mind is so powerful, but we get to program it whatever we want it to program. And then when we setting these new beliefs, when those negative beliefs come in, you reiterate the new belief over and over. That's how a belief is made, by repetition, by consistency, pressing against the conscious mind so it can engulf itself into the subconscious mind. A lot of this stuff that we was learned was pressed against our conscious mind, and then it melts into the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is like an unknowing thing that you do on a day-to-day basis without you even realizing it. A conscious mind is what you are aware of. What are you aware of? You know what I'm saying? So, oh, you are aware that your mom have called you ugly. But now she kept reiterating it, and it started pressing against your subconscious. Now it's in your subconscious. So now you're like, oh, this is just a natural belief of mine. So it melts. How do I want to say this? So when it comes to your belief, it just melts into your subconscious. So it press against on the conscious mind, and it's just like on the surface, and then it starts to melt into it. So think of it as, okay, I'm gonna give a simple example. So you have a piece of paper. Allow that piece of paper to be your conscious mind. And I'm not saying, what is a good interview paper? You know, if you have been going to corporate and you have like the interview resume paper, it's kind of thicker than just regular paper, because that is not really a good example. So resume paper is kind of thicker. But as you continue to, let's say you want to pour water on it, as you continue to pour water on it, it kept pressing against the conscious mind, pressing against the conscious mind. Okay, the water is now seeping through the paper. Now it's making its way through the paper, and now it's diving into the subconscious mind. It's just like the ceiling is breaking, because you got the foundation, and the foundation started at the conscious mind, and then it starts to break down into the subconscious mind. So how can you shift that mindset? Is reiterating new beliefs to constantly press against the conscious and the subconscious mind. As you constantly being conscious of what you're saying, what are you doing, and what you allow people to say to you, what you are consuming, those new beliefs will start emerging into your subconscious. We don't realize like how much social media we consume have, you know, affect the way we think as well, and how we see the world, how we see the world around us. If we constantly consuming violence, of course we're going to think violence is all around us. The more you give your attention to something, the more it grows. That's in any manifestation technique and just in life in general. If you constantly think about the negative, of course negative is going to grow. If you think about the positive, of course positive is going to grow. You know what I'm saying? It's just piling up on top of each other. So being consistent of your belief, your affirmations, and reiterating it. Create a new affirmation from those limiting beliefs that is positive, that you want to be recognized to yourself and the world around you. The more you shift your self-concept, your belief, your thought patterns, that's when things will start changing and slowly shifting. Of course, it's going to be a little bit of chaotic before it gets really good for you. Of course, those negative beliefs going to come up, but that is where the tool is constantly reiterating the same new belief that you have created. So, being aware and conscious of what you're thinking, and then where are these beliefs are coming from, and then once you get to the roots of the belief, create an affirmation of a new belief and reiterate that as well. Reiterate that. Reprogram your mindset, and to fully shift your mindset, your belief is start to take slow action towards something that fulfill you, that you want your life to look like, that you want the best of your life to look like. Let's say you want to start, lose a little bit of weight, but you want to do hard cardio. You want to do a hot girl walk and just go outside and walk for a good little minute, 30 minutes, hour. Your body will slowly start to, you know, forming in a way that you hope to desire. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you build up the momentum to constantly believe in yourself and the confidence to do something. And there's a lot of things you just constantly building and building and building on your journey, becoming your true self. Is shifting the paradigm, shifting the mindset of something more. And the best way I like to, reiterate new belief, of course, I make my own belief. I say them every morning and every night. And then I also listen to subliminals. Subliminal is so good because you don't hear the words that's being said. It's like a little nice little music over it, or rain music, but it have affirmation under it, so it can subconsciously integrate itself into your subconscious. The more you listen to it, the more potent it become. As people listen to subliminals, it helps them be more aware and conscious of what are they thinking, and think more positively. At first, it's gonna feel uncomfortable because it's a new belief. It's not something that you have grown up to be, to learn that it's okay. Mindset shift is something that you have to constantly show up to do. The only way you can actually make anything stick is by the way you think, the way you show up in the world, the way you respond to things, the way you allow things to come into your life. Mindset shift can really be a triple effect into your life. Instead of just, okay, my mindset's changed. Now I can make actionable steps. You have the courage to actually make those steps to be something more, to change something more. Mindset shift really have shifted me to so many different ways. And shifting is also just another thing of just changing your habits and your patterns that you do on a daily basis. Let's say you go out drinking and smoking every weekend or every day. Don't do that. Don't do that. How about we slow it down to 1 week? How we slow it down for every 2 weeks? To slowly, not distract ourselves and coping in ways that does not serve us. How do we expect change if you're not willing to make the changes? Because that's like really beating that dead horse if you constantly doing the same thing but expecting different results. Insanity. But the first step you can always take is shifting your mindset. Make a change is by shifting your mindset. That's how all these millionaires, well-known people, or people that just feel so fulfilled in their life and just enjoy life and enjoy their own company and love themselves. It's their mindset. They shift their paradigm, the way they think, the way they feel. It's their mindset. And then the action steps come after that. Shifting your mindset is just another healing tool to actually uplift you and feed you better belief, opportunities, new ideas. That's why people always preach about affirmation or subliminals, or creating your own affirmation and making them like an automatic affirmation. I think that's what they call it. Robotic affirmation. I think that's what they call it. Robotic affirmations. And you start to actually believe that. The more you do that, you see how people treat you different. The way you show up in the world, you want better for yourself, so you start consuming better things. It's like it'll start showing out in the outer world. Trust me, I know. I have made a lot of friends like that. I have made a lot of people off social media just by doing that. And meeting my like-minded individuals just like me and moving across town and traveling solo. I should make a video about my solo travels. But traveling solo, living by myself, living in a whole different city. All that really helped me by shifting my mindset. And I'm not going to say it's going to always be easy. It's not gonna be always easy. And that's why you have those tools there to shift your mindset. Affirmation, being aware of what are you feeling, where are these thoughts coming from, how do these make me feel, releasing those emotions and creating new thought patterns. Because thoughts create emotion, emotion create thoughts. Thoughts create emotion, emotion create thoughts. It's like a cycle, an infinity cycle. So once you create new thoughts, new emotions will emerge. New feelings, new ideas will emerge. And those new feelings will become new thoughts. But I hope all this made sense. That's all I have for you today, guys. I really love talking about mindset shift. I really want to learn. I'm learning still a lot about it. I just want to give you like the little basic of it and how people really shift their mindset is about really being consistent and being more aware and conscious of what they're doing and asking the right questions to themselves and being more gentle and compassionate with themselves because it's not going to be easy. Trust me, I know. But it's time for us to actually, want better for ourselves by thinking more positively about our life, about who we are, who we're becoming in this lifetime. The ultimate thing I would say when it comes to becoming your true self, your essence of your true self, what did that version look like? What do that version look like, feel like that you want to be? Because I guarantee when you become your true self, you're not thinking about all the negative stuff. You're thinking about all positive things. We think material things will make us happy, but really, your thoughts and your beliefs will really bring more of the happiness, and everything outside of you is just a plus. But yeah, I hope this helps you somebody. I hope this made sense to somebody. I hope this uplifted you and give you more of a perspective on like shifting your mindset and shifting your reality because it is possible. People do it all the time. And that's where quantum leaping comes into play. People do this all the time to shift their belief, shifting, quantum leaping, all that ties together. So it's time for us to really just tap into the shifting new belief and perspective on our life. And I always say read more, take in more knowledge that you seek to learn more of. And don't stop yourself from learning more, but also using your own intuition and trusting that whatever you're taking in might not be what you agree with and might not be what you don't agree with. But you don't have to agree with everything. Just be open to what the message is coming through. If they resonate, they resonate. If they don't, they just don't. Don't put something that don't need to be. But yeah, I hope this helps somebody become more aware and more conscious of what they're thinking and shift their mindset to something better. And that's all I have for you today, guys. And if you don't know already, I do readings, mediumship, all that good stuff will still be below. And if you like this, like, comment, subscribe. And if you listen to the podcast version, rate, comment, and subscribe. And share with somebody who might needs to hear this. You know what I'm saying? We all might need little misses in our life. And until next time, family, much love.